Let's dive right into one of the biggest questions out there. Is the Holy Spirit a person? Or is it more like a force, a name we give to God's power? It's a huge question, and honestly, the answer is way more interesting than you might think. So let's get right to it. If you're looking for the short answer from the Bible, it's a pretty straightforward yes. The Holy Spirit is definitely presented as a person. But hold on, because that yes comes with a major twist. It really challenges our whole modern idea of what a person is. We're not talking about a person in a body with a name and an address. Nope, it's something way, way deeper than that. And this gets us to the core of the confusion, right? Because when you read the Bible, it can sometimes feel like it's pulling you in two different directions. Is the Spirit a personal being, or is it an impersonal force? Just look at this. On one side, you have the Spirit doing things only a person can do, speaking, feeling grief, making conscious decisions. But then, on the other side, the Spirit is described as being poured out like water, or as wind and fire. So you can see why there's a debate. Which one is it? Okay, so to start untangling this, our first big clue is actually hiding in plain sight, right in the grammar of the Bible's original languages. First up, in the Old Testament, the Hebrew word for spirit is ruach. It means wind or breath or spirit, but here's the kicker. The word ruach is grammatically feminine. Now, let's fast forward to the New Testament. The Greek word they use is pneuma. It means the exact same things, spirit, wind, breath, but this word is grammatically neuter. The equivalent of it. So, what's going on here? How can the same divine being be a she in Hebrew and an it in Greek? If anything, this seems to make things even more confusing, right? Well, here's where we get a massive breakthrough. Jesus, when he talks about the Spirit, does something in Greek that is grammatically, it's shocking. He intentionally breaks the rules of the language to make a theological point. Look at this. Jesus takes that neuter noun pneuma, which should be an it, and he refers to the Spirit using the masculine pronoun ikinos, or he. Any Greek speaker would have immediately noticed this. It's a deliberate, jarring choice. Jesus is basically hijacking the grammar to shout, the Spirit is a person. And it wasn't just a clever grammar lesson. Jesus made the Spirit's personhood crystal clear with a really specific and powerful title. He calls the Spirit the Parakletos. Now, this was a real-world legal term. A Parakletos was your advocate, the person who literally stands right beside you in court to defend you and speak on your behalf. An impersonal force can't do that. Only a person can. And then he adds another layer with one tiny but crucial word. He promises another helper. And the Greek word he uses is allos. This word is so important. It doesn't just mean a different one. It specifically means another of the exact same kind. So think about what Jesus is saying. It's as if he's telling them, look, for years I've been your personal companion, your guide, your advocate. When I leave, another one of the very same kind as me is coming to be with you. He wasn't promising a force. He was promising a person, just like himself. Once you get this, it is a total game changer. It completely reframes how we think about God's presence. It's not about something you use, but someone you know. It's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking of the Holy Spirit as a resource, right? Like a cosmic electrical outlet you plug into for a jolt of divine power. But the reality is so much richer. The Spirit is a person to know, a trusted friend and guide to walk with. It's the difference between trying to harness the power and actually being in communion with God. This quote just nails it. The point isn't to get access to God's power. The point is to get access to God himself, present, personal, and wanting a relationship with you. The Spirit is God with us. And this has huge real-world implications. It means you can actually be in communion with the Spirit. You can listen for guidance. It even means you can grieve this divine person by the choices you make. That's what a dynamic, two-way relationship looks like. Ultimately, this whole idea is an invitation. It's an invitation to move beyond just knowing about the Spirit and to actually start knowing the Spirit personally. It changes how you pray, how you make decisions, everything. So I'll leave you with this to chew on. How does seeing the Spirit as a person, not a power, actually change things for you?